directly brought in, and then thereafter the manufacturing process, the aircrafts will be built in India. How much is that going to help our own aviation industry and the technology here in this region?
See, in terms of intellectual capability, our aviation experts in India at HAL, and particularly in HAL in Bangalore, have got excellent minds. They've always been stifled for want of technology, want of opportunity and transfer of technology. This was particularly in the case when America put sanctions on us after the nuclear test and the LCA project was hung in a limbo. The LCA project is still very much on, but much delayed thanks to various American sanctions. In fact, that brings me to the other point. One of the reasons why the Americans, apart from the pricing, apart from the fact that they were giving us older equipment and not state-of-the-art equipment, one of the reasons they lost the deal was America and American defense suppliers have traditionally lacked credibility in the eyes of the Ministry of Defense because they pull the rug from under your feet unsuspectingly.
Right.
The French have never done that. The French have a past record of providing us a lot of indigenization support in the case of Rafale. Remember, the oldest and the most effective helicopters which still operate in India are the original variant of the French Alouette. So the Cheetah is the variant of that. So there is an old tradition of interacting with French in arms deals. This is not the first one. The AMX tanks that the army used in 65 war and thereafter were again a French variant. So there is a history of collaboration, and I think we're going to just build up further on that.
Maruf, just stay with us on the phone. We had a few former Air Chief Marshals talking to us and sharing their delight. Let's listen into what Falihomi Major had to tell us.
I'm so glad that this long-awaited MMRCA deal is coming to a close very shortly. And indeed, the Indian Air Force will be very happy that one of the two aeroplanes which were shortlisted has been earmarked for purchase. Of course, there would be a process which will go through, but eventually, what is good news is that the Indian Air Force is finally getting the MMRCA it's been waiting for so long. And I'm very happy that it has been sorted out today. The Indian Air Force had done a superb evaluation for their MMRCA, starting from the RFP upwards to technical flight evaluations. And I'm sure that the Air Force would be extremely happy to accept Rafale as their MMRCA, the fourth generation fighter.
There we heard Falihomi Major. Now Maruf Raza still with us on the phone. Maruf, these aircrafts are going to be acquired over a period of 10 years. Now, there is also questions about the technological longevity of these aircrafts.
10 years is something we can live with, because considering the fact that the Sukhoi came to us 15 years ago, and at that time it had already been in service in various variants in Russia and some other countries. So 10 years is something over a period of time. I think they'll keep upgrading the skills also. The basic avionics will remain the same, but there is a lot of add-on factors that can be done systematically after due approvals by the Air Force. So I don't think we need to worry about it. Also, the point is that the Air Force needs to phase out other variants of MiGs in particular, which have been in the service in the Air Force for 3 decades or more. And therefore, the phasing out process, you just don't pick it up and throw it into trash. It's going to take a while. So it has to be done. Also, the payment arrangements that are made for deals like this, they are staggered over a period of time, and therefore the phased induction.
Well, let's also listen into what P.V. Nayak had to say. He's also former Air Chief Marshal, and he was also very happy with the latest developments on the MMRCA deal.